Hey all, Milvo here, and we're back with part 3 of the cow versus chocolate video series. So this is the end of this series. Really interested in your feedback on having a 3-part series, what that looks like for you, and as to whether this is something that you would like to see moving forward. Either that or just any topics that you would like me to cover off. And again, I'm happy to cover off in 1, 2, 3 parts and end up with a bit of a summary. So based on that, let's get into the wrap up. Me, I'm a cacao man. Chocolate's gone. I am now pure cacao. For us, we source our cacao from Samoa, from a family that we know, and we know it's ethically produced and organic, which is what we love. And it's also in the southern hemisphere, so it aligns vibrationally with what we want to do. How we make it: 25 grams of cacao, 80-degree water, put it into a blender, and then it comes up nice, fluffy, and really well blended. Pour it into a cup. There's a couple of things now on the ritual that goes in. Once it goes into the cup, I basically then align my energy, and I put my gratitude and my energy into the cup. I thank the ancient people for being able to produce the cacao for us. I thank the farmers that produce the cacao for us, and I have an energetic alignment between me and the cup. Once I've done that, hold the cup, hold it up to my nose, and then I wrap my 5 senses all around the cacao. So again, I have this beautiful alignment between myself and what I'm about to consume into my body, so that once it goes in, we are all fully aligned energetically and vibrationally. And I'll talk to energies and vibrations in a different series going forward. But I have this complete connection with it. From a caffeine point of view, the way it works is about 20 minutes after consuming it, I'm fully energized and I'm up going. So I'll have it about 8 o'clock in the morning before I kick off work. And then what happens is that I am just fully energized. I don't consume food, so I do intermittent fasting. So basically I'll have the cacao. The first time I'll probably eat about 12:30, and I'll actually break it with some sort of fruit, or at least a fruit smoothie. Just eases my body naturally into re-eating again. It's the softest, easiest way for your body to digest. So for me, the cacao is super important in how it operates, but it's also that beautiful energetic and vibrational alignment, but it's also acknowledging the rituals and the traditions of this ancient plant medicine that's been consumed, and how I'm actually consuming it and how it goes on with me. In relation to, just on that point, when I actually consume it, and I consume it all quietly, I'm doing this with my beautiful wife, Jackie. It's very important to us. It's a shared practice that we actually do have, and it actually helps us to align our energies together, and it kicks off both our days in a really beautiful way. And then after that, we'll sit down, have a bit of a chat, and then we both go off and do our own work. So I covered off, as I said in part 1, how the caffeine in cacao is more of a slow release, much better than coffee. I strongly recommend that. It's up to every individual. If you start getting on cacao, you probably don't need the coffee, but again, it's up to each one what they want to do. Me personally, I'm really stuck on the cacao now, and when it comes to chocolate, it's off the table for me. I very rarely now have chocolate. Every time I look at a chocolate bar, or I have a chocolate coated ice cream, I look at that, I think and I feel of the pain that has gone into producing that. People who are knowing me now know that I'm actually becoming more and more aligned with energies and how energies work, and it's all part of, if there's a negative energies going into the production of that food, it actually stays within the vibration of that food. So therefore, when you're consuming it, it's actually, you're consuming the negativeness that comes out of that. For me, I don't want that anymore in my body. I just want to bring in positive stuff. So I want to be aligned with food makers and food producers where it's actually coming out ethically, and also coming out from a positive point of view. I'm not going to touch on the meat side of things. However, again, have a think through how animals are at abattoirs. What's the process they go through before they actually, the slaughter process, the feelings that go through them, and how that actually works, or the farms that they've come from. Again, it's a vibrational connection, energy connection piece. But that's, again, another completely different series. So cacao, fully aligned with me. I know it's ethically grown. I know that's harvested ethically, and it's harvested in a very positive manner, a lot of intention, because I know where the farmers, where it comes from, and that's the alignment. Chocolate, again, I try to stay away from. It's all about healthy food choices. Now, look, I'm no saint. I've eaten chocolate, I've eaten lollies, I've eaten chips, I've known to eat plenty of junk food, still do. But it's having awareness of what's happening in the food you're having, what's happening with your body, and where it's actually come from. So I'm not saying don't eat chocolate. Feel free to go and eat chocolate. Feel free to still celebrate with chocolate. All I would suggest is that if you're going to do that, just have an acknowledgement, understanding about where that came from, what it took for that chocolate to get to you, and the price that may have been paid along the way. And if you acknowledge that, then that goes a long way anyway. And then just enjoy it, because it does give you a really good sugar hit, and get you up and get you going. So that's sort of where we're at. So look, if there's any questions in relation to cacao, chocolate, some of the information I've put out there, some of the research that I've done, definitely feel free. If there's topics that you would like me to chat to, then just ping me. You can get me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You know all the different sites. You know where I'm at. A lot of you got my phone number, so just ping me as well. And I'm happy to get on calls and have a bit of a chat. So that's it. That's the wrap of the 3-part series of cacao and chocolate. Hope you enjoyed it. Much love and peace, and chat soon. Milvo.